Greetings, my friends. It is I, Kolar the Unkilled, and tonight I'm going to be testing out some of the aspects of my new load order. Always very exciting, a new load order. I think I tend to reorder my game much less often than most do, but whenever I do, I always test the load order with a Khajiit that I call Tesht, and he looks different every time. This time he's rocking a rather brownish scheme. And so here we have the new JK interior standalone plugin for Candle Hearth Hall that I want to take a quick look at. I have not been in here yet. It's where I just came in and saved the game the last time I played Skyrim, which was days ago. Days ago, my friends. Can you imagine? Oh, but life does happen, does it not? Now, I'm also testing out the lighting combination of Inferno, which has mostly to do with, well, candles, casting light, candle glare, and then I have Divine Interiors, Shadows and Light, which was an old favorite of mine. I haven't used it for a while, so I figured I'd plug it in as a reminder of why I liked it before. And the smoking candles is one of the effects that I do like from Divine Interiors, Shadows and Light. And guess what? Inferno is supposed to do that as well. It wasn't. I could not get any of my candles to smoke with Inferno active. But unfortunately, anytime you have a lighting mod that alters the positioning of lights within the game, you get this effect. We've got some ghost lighting happening here. That's what I'll do. I'll just pretend that this is a ghost of some kind. He's harmless. Let's not worry about it. For now, anyway. And then less obvious within this particular interior, the Inferno mod has a candle glow effect, which I just love, and I used to have as a standalone mod. Let me see if I can show it to you. Well, it just doesn't show up well in here, so I'll show it to you later when it's more obvious. Oh. Little space between the window right there, don't we? Well, that certainly isn't going to kill anything for me. I can ignore little things like that. I'm seeing the occasional flicker. Somebody is going to need to remove this. This sconce is illy a word? Illy placed? Not ideally placed. How's that sound? Stenvar, you're rocking Orcish this time. Very nice. Okay, well, I just wanted to take a quick look, and I suspected as much. The JKs, ooh, that's nice. The JKs adds so much within the interiors, and when you have lighting overhauls like what I've got running here, you tend to run into some flickers here and there. Which really bugs me, honestly. I don't know if I can deal with that flicker. But now let us go see some more of the outside world, shall we? Have a look at how Valhalla Rift interacts with the Autumn of Whiterun. Converts all those formerly yellow-orange aspens into a variety of shades and colors, including new and different bark textures, bright flaming bushes, red maples. I used to run red maples. That was part of my original load order for Skyrim on console all those years back. Has it been years? Yes, it has. And red maples really made for a dramatic effect. And of course, I would overwrite it with HD Trees 2K to get the red maples, but with the white bark look of the aspens. And is it my imagination, or is there a Skyrim is windy sort of thing going on with this mod? Because I don't recall the previous trees shimmying the way that these currently are. That was... Now, yes, you'd see it a little bit, but it was never quite this dramatic. And I don't know, my friends. Let's take a look at the inside of Whiterun here. You see, I like multicolored aspens. Let's go this way this time. Let's wait a few hours, get that sunlight more directly overhead. There's another mod, alternate or alternative aspens, which I believe is supposed to impart some additional colors within the leaves. Now this looks a bit overgrown to me. Many of these trees are meshing together with each other and with these bushes. Now understand, this... Ooh, that's nice. That's a nice effect right there. But this mod, this Valhalla's Rift mod, was designed to work in the Rift. It was not designed to work with Autumn of Whiterun. I mean, even though we can see that it does, somewhat, it makes things a bit more crowded. So already I'm thinking of trying the alternate aspens mod to see what kind of colors we can achieve. You know, because on my previous load order, I was using Trees of the North to get that multicolored aspen effect. But Trees of the North it's 30-some megabytes for no reason other than just the colors. And maybe some bark textures, but, you know, SFO takes care of that, and so it seemed excessive for what I was getting out of it. Just as Valhalla Rift seems a bit excessive when it comes to complementing Autumn of Whiterun. What do you think, though? What do you think? Does this look good? I think it looks mostly good. It looks mostly good. It might just be a bit too busy, perhaps a bit too gaudy, and I just don't know about all of the windy shimmying that I'm seeing up here within the branches. I know a lot of people really adore Skyrim is windy. I'm not one of them. Typically, if you have to ask yourself if something looks good, it probably doesn't. Skyrim's a bit different, though, because everything is so subjective. And see, the trees out this far from Whiterun don't look bad. You get a little bit of pop in there with autumn. But now it is time to journey into the Rift, so that we can see how this mod was intended to look. Tesh looks amazed. So we're going to check this out in the full morning glory of a mythical ages sunrise. Look at this. The ground texture alone makes for quite a dramatic departure from what I'm used to here. Look at this. So I can see a little bit of the Vedosbrom grass coming through. these flowers, whatever those are called, those are actually a nice touch. So, let's take a look here. Actually works really well with the Skyland blended roads from Skyland All-in-One. Let me get back in the trees a ways here. Let's get back into the thick of the rift. Oh. Lots of bears already. My friends, I did remove Savage Skyrim when I redid the load order. Some of you will be disappointed at that. Oh, great. Great. A Spriggan. Oh, yes. We are going to hustle on through here. I am not of the level where I can be taking all of these things on at once. But just look at the scenery. So, from the Whiterun, from the Autumn of Whiterun perspective, I was not really caring much for Valhalla. Valhalla. It's not a word I'm used to saying very often. Valhalla. But in the Rift, my friends, it is quite spectacular. Even though there's still some trees that seem to be growing together, isn't there? I don't know if that's just the mod or if it's something I have going on, but it should be just the mod itself. There shouldn't be anything else interfering with the way these trees are looking in the Rift. Yes, I took off Savage Skyrim. It was excessive. As much as I liked the mod, I would get knocked over by a fox. That's excessive. And for those of you who are wondering, what all does Savage Skyrim impact? What creatures does it influence? Nearly everything that is not a human or a humanoid. I mean, we're talking foxes, wolves, cattle, elk, Dwemer centurions. I shit you not, my friends. Nearly everything, if not everything that's not humanoid, is affected by Savage Skyrim. I would like to have just a Mammoth and Giants only version. You know, or perhaps just the larger creatures. Mammoths, giants, wolves, saber-cats, trolls. I could deal with that. But being knocked over by a fox? No, my friends. This is the Dovahkiin that we're talking about here. This is looking quite fantastic, don't you think? So, I wonder if I could put this above Autumn of Whiterun in the load order, so that perhaps Autumn will remain as standalone, overriding Valhalla Rift just in that area. I don't know if that will work, or if if all the colors and textures from Valhalla Rift is going to still overwrite Autumn, even though it's above. Load orders can be a tricky thing. Sometimes things that you think would work or make sense just don't. Ah! Get over here, you coward! Fight me like a true Khajiit. Fight this one like a... I want your armor! This one wants your armor. I I try to talk like a Khajiit and it doesn't work because I always forget to say this one and such. Well, I'm light armor trained, so I might not equip that just now, but it's good to have that. Some good heavy armor as well. Oh, my friends, I have some decisions to make regarding this mod, because to beat a dead horse, as it were, the Rift is simply astounding. I'm going to have to play around with the load order. Hey, I wonder what this looks like. I was thinking I'll just discover Dayspring Canyon while I'm over here, just in case I would like to go that way, but maybe Dayspring Canyon itself. Ew, oh, what a sudden change in scenery that is. That is a shame. Let's get a little further on down the way here. No, okay, so this is just... Well...
Oh, hey there. You here to join the Dawn Guard, too? Truth is,
Be quiet, you! Okay, I was wrong. So this is a nice blend of an SFO wintry tree look with ice and snow trees, and then we've got this this nice lush. Look at this lush green grass. How come outside the grass there was no grass to speak of? It was mostly moss. It was mossy, a green mossy look on the ground. Yet once we get in here, you've got this. This looks like Mari's grass fields, among unique grasses and other things as well, that's all been sort of lumped together for quite an amazing look. Okay, so I enjoy this quite a bit. But my friends, I also today want to have a look at Origins of Forest. So we'll be traveling to Falkreath and see if we can truly get lost in the thicket. I don't see that happening, but we're going to find out. Okay, so since I haven't even been to the Falkreath area yet, I've gone ahead and fast traveled into Riverwood here, because this also contains a pine forest element. This interesting looking plant here is definitely from the mod Origins of Forest. A variety of things going on right there. Some new flowers. So that is indeed nice. We can make our way to where we want to go. Here's just the type of area I was looking for. Yes. You know what's missing, though? The only thing that's missing from this is the sound of the vegetation rustling as we make our way through it. Whoa. Now that would be asking a lot, honestly. I don't expect that from this sort of mod. That would be asking a bit too much. But this... Wow, this is looking grand. And of course, in a real forest, you wouldn't be able to just walk through this kind of thicket. But this... Any of you who've walked through a forest, you know this is more along the lines of what it looks like. There is not always a trail or a path, and you just have to shove your way through the vegetation. And you could almost get lost in this if you, well, if you didn't have a compass or your HUD up like I do. And I might still get lost because I have a naturally bad sense of direction. Look at the detail. Look at the detail on these leaves. Now, I just updated this mod right before this video, and I don't think these types of details were present before, because I had seen just a small snippet of what the mod had to offer. And look, yeah, we practically, especially, if you're sneaking. Ooh, well, yes, you can virtually disappear. I'm sure enemies will still spot you just as easily as before, but does that not add a little bit of realism, a little bit of immersion to, when you're a sneak archer like so many people are, and you're sneaking out in the open and nobody can see you? Well, now you can be sneaking through such thickets and forest areas, and it'll be more realistic if you're not immediately spotted. I do indeed like this, and I'm already decided that I'll be keeping this in the load order. There really is. Before the update, I was questioning it. Now, there is no question. Oh yes, I'm loving this. Absolutely loving it. Oh my goodness. I have one mod slot left to fill in my load order. I'm at 149 and I am undecided at how to use it. I was thinking about adding the village of Aurora because I did enjoy that long ago with a certain other mod that adds cities to the game. Oh, but there's an armor pack or two that I would like to try. I was looking over the new mods before I started this today, and every time I do, I see something new that I want in my game. And, well, we just can't have it all. Okay, I'm going to make my way over to Falkreath. We'll see what it's like over there. If there's any difference, probably not. It's probably going to mostly look like this, but we'll at least go for a bit of a change of scenery. All right, there we are. So with the variety of pines imparted by SFO Definitive, the bright, lush, thick green grass and variety of Vadosbrom, and now with the addition of Origin of Forest. Am I saying that right? Origins of Forest? Perhaps? Either way, you know what I mean. This area has never looked this good before in my eyes. To me, it goes perfect with the Skyland landscape textures, which, has always been my favorite for landscapes. I've tried others. There are some really good ones out there. Mountains as well. Some amazing mountain textures. I really liked the original, the Skyrim 2K mountains. Even though they were gray, but they matched the gray of the roads, which made sense. Now, I am getting some stutter here. I'm going to take it slow. This is an area that I have not yet been to. I wonder if this is all just going to be a bit much for my poor Xbox. Oh, that would be a shame. That would be a shame, but you know what? Okay. So here is where my opinion varies from those of many others. I am okay with some stutter. I'm okay with some loss of frame rate. I'm not okay with crashes, but if the game is not crashing, then generally I'm okay with it. So when you come through here, you might get some frame rate loss or some stutter. It seems better now. And sometimes you get that just by going into new areas that have to load for the first time. And then it's never much of a problem again. As long as my game is not crashing, I'm fine with it because I want my game to look good, and I know that in getting it to look as good as possible, it's never going to run completely smooth on the console. Not completely, not with this many mods. So as long as it looks good and doesn't crash, and hell, it's going to crash at some point. That is just the nature of Skyrim. You're going to get a crash here and there, even with no mods. That can and will happen. But as someone on my channel pointed out recently, graphical enhancement mods actually, in most cases, can help your game to run better because the textures are more optimized for console. And so even something that looks 5 times or 10 times better than your vanilla Skyrim textures, your game might actually run a bit better for using that. Alright, where is... There we go. Ah, what is going on here? Ooh, uh-oh. Not sure what that's from. That's the first time I've ever noticed that. Look at how lush and green everything is. Now, of course, I do have some display enhancements at work here. The saturation has been increased. Mythical Ages is set to fantasy setting. There we go. That is the candle glow effect that I was referring to earlier. It just makes a sort of glare, artifact of lighting that comes out of the sides of the candles. Kind of like if you swim in the pool with your eyes open for too long. When you get out of the pool, lights can look like that. It's a similar effect.
The god Arcade was once like us, bound to winding mortality, but he willingly gave up his existence when we were in the gods.
Whoop. Something just vanished. Let's go check out. Let's go check out the dead man's drink. Or take a look in here.
I think it's time for you to get going. You need to leave. You need to leave.
So here we have the effects of Inferno with Divine Interiors, Shadows and Light.
You need to leave.
So am I actually casting a shadow myself? Yes, I am. Interior light that casts shadows. Always a good thing to have. And so there you have it, my friends. The forest now looks more amazing than ever. And I never did get that crash. We had a little bit of stutter entering into the Falkreath area, into the thickest of it. But it turned out okay. It never crashed, which means it probably won't going forward. With that, I am satisfied. So, my friends, I will be coming back with some more testing videos before I finalize this load order. Well, declare it final for now, and start doing actual playthroughs. My friends, I remain Kolar the Unkilled, as Tesht. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time around.